One sentence started a war. One gesture turned a football match into a national incident. And by the time the final whistle blew, a Brazilian superstar wasn't celebrating qualification. He was screaming at the opposition fans. This is the story of 5 fingers, 5 words, and the World Cup controversy nobody saw coming. Brazil, 5-time World Cup champions, the most successful nation in the history of the tournament. They came into the round of 32 against Japan as the heavy favorites. But before a single ball was kicked, a Japanese player lit the fuse. His name is Kento Shiogai, 21 years old, barely known outside Japan. And just days before the biggest game of his life, he looked straight into a camera and said this about Brazil, and I'm paraphrasing: "Brazil used to be a powerhouse. Now only France and Argentina are strong. I don't hear much about Brazil these days." He didn't stop there. He took a shot at Neymar too, suggesting the legend wasn't the player he used to be. Now, here's the problem. Shiogai wasn't exactly speaking from a position of power. This guy has won one senior cap for Japan. He only turned professional in 2024. He spent his college years at a law school, not on a football pitch. He's 21 years old, talking about a 5-time World Cup champion like he's earned the right to. So when the match kicked off, Brazil had a target on their back, and now they had a personal reason to want blood. And early on, it looked like Shiogai might actually back it up. Japan striker Kaishu Sano put them ahead just before the half-hour mark. The traveling Japanese fans erupted. For a moment, just a moment, it looked like the kids' trash talk was about to become prophecy. Brazil, the 5-time champions, were losing to a team many people couldn't even find on a map a month ago. Real talk, would you have the guts to talk trash on a 5-time World Cup champion before you even played them? Drop your answer below. But Brazil clawed their way back. Casemiro equalized in the 56th minute. The game was tense, physical, end to end. And then stoppage time, 11 minutes of added time, the kind where legends are made or hearts are broken. In the 96th minute, Gabriel Martinelli, who came off the bench, poked home a winner that trickled in off the post. Brazil survived. Brazil advanced. Japan's World Cup dream was over. And that's when things got really interesting. Because instead of just celebrating, Matheus Cunha, who had already been substituted off the pitch, went straight for the Japanese fans. He held up 5 fingers. He shouted, "I have 5!" referring to Brazil's 5 World Cup titles. Then he pointed at the badge on his shirt and aimed it directly at the Japan bench. Brazilian staff had to physically pull him back. And then came the line that's now everywhere online. 5 World Cups, you small. It was brutal. It was personal. And it instantly divided football fans across the entire planet. Here's where this story gets really good. Because almost immediately football fans pointed out something hilarious. Matheus Cunha has never won a World Cup. Not one. He's never even played in one before this tournament. He's 27 years old, and across his entire club career, Sion, RB Leipzig, Hertha Berlin, Atletico Madrid, Wolves, and now Manchester United, he has never won a single major club trophy. Not a league title, not a domestic cup, nothing. So when Cunha screamed, "I have 5," the internet had a field day. One fan wrote, and I'm paraphrasing here, that he's setting himself up to be a meme, since he wasn't even part of any of those 5 championships, some of which happened before he was even born. Another comment cut even deeper, pointing out he plays for a club that hasn't won its league in over a decade, telling him to calm down. Okay, but seriously, is it fair to claim credit for history you weren't part of? Let me know what you think down in the comments. So what would FIFA actually say about this? Knowing Gianni Infantino, don't expect a punishment. Expect a celebration. He'd probably call it passion. Call it the magic of football. Maybe even thank both players for putting on a show for the fans watching in over 200 countries. Because, let's be honest, controversy means clicks. Clicks mean attention. And attention is exactly what FIFA wants every single day of this tournament. Cunha won't get fined. He'll probably get a highlight reel. Now, to be fair to Cunha, he didn't back down. In the mix zone after the match, he explained himself. He said that if a Brazilian criticized Brazil, that's one thing. But coming from an outsider, someone disrespecting the shirt, the history, everything that the players before him fought for, that was something the entire nation would stand against together. He even posted on Instagram afterward with the caption, "Never above anyone, but never below either." It's actually a fair point buried inside a messy moment. This wasn't really about Cunha personally. It was about defending a legacy that belongs to an entire country. Pelé, Ronaldo, Ronaldinho, Romario, named Xiaogai's generation grew up idolizing. But here's the part that almost nobody is talking about, and honestly, it's the most powerful moment of the entire night. Minutes after lashing out at the fans, Cunha did something completely different. He sought out Japan's Ao Tanaka, who was on the field in floods of tears, devastated after his own costly mistake led to Brazil's winning goal. Cunha consoled him, personally, while his own teammates were still celebrating around him. So, in the span of about 5 minutes, the same player went from screaming "You small" at opposing fans to comforting a heartbroken opponent on the pitch. Which version of Matheus Cunha is the real one? Honestly, maybe both. Here's why this story matters beyond one angry celebration. This wasn't really Brazil versus Japan. This was a 21-year-old kid with one senior cap testing the patience of a nation that has carried the weight of being the most successful football country on earth for over 60 years. And Brazil, even with everything that's gone wrong in recent tournaments, even after 24 years without lifting, the trophy still has a pressure point that nobody is allowed to touch. Their history. Captain Marquinhos was even asked about Xiaogai's comments after the match. He admitted he saw arrogance in the Japanese players' attitude, but Brazil, as he put it, found a way to respond where it actually mattered, on the scoreboard. Xiaogai talked, Brazil walked, and then Cunha made sure everyone remembered it. So where does this leave us? A 21-year-old striker with barely any senior experience tried to poke the bear before kickoff. He got an early lead to back it up and then watched it slip away in the most painful way possible, deep into stoppage time. A Brazilian forward who has never lifted a single trophy in his career claimed 5 World Cups as his own in the heat of the moment, and the internet will never let him forget it. And somewhere in between the trash talk, the taunting, and the tears, there was a genuine moment of sportsmanship that got buried under all the noise. Football fans will remember the 5 fingers. They'll remember "You small." But maybe they should remember the other moment too, the one where a player who'd just been mocking an entire fan base turned around and comforted his heartbroken opponent like a human being. That's football. Brutal 1 minute, beautiful the next. So tell me, was Cunha right to defend Brazil's legacy? Or did he take it too far? Comment below, because this debate is far from over.